First of all, thank you very much for hosting me. I appreciate it. It means the world. To the question, what was the evolution between the EPs and the album? Well, perhaps I can break that into two parts. One being the lyrical themes. So in the first EP, Drunkard Chronicles, one can notice it's a little more about the myths and the legends. Whereas as we get into the second EP and then the first album, I strip down a little bit the mythological part, and it's a little bit more about history. And from that point, it's usually the lyrics will just be the lyrics of what I'm actually reading during the time that I'm writing the music. It just so happens it's like that. So it was more about Visandio when I was writing his Mnemic, and then during the album I focus a little bit more on there's an arc that spans 3,500 years, and I pick up stories specific to the Eastern Mediterranean, and that's the lyrical theme of the album. So the second part is the music, and the music, one can see the evolution there as well. It's not something forced. It just so happened, and even for me, so I noticed the differences when I look back into the music. So if I had to evaluate what those differences are, I would say the album compared to the two EPs is a little less folky and a little more disciplined, if that makes sense. And that's how I see it. Of course, I'm pretty sure Twitch listener may ring differently, but me looking back at the music of the album, that's what it feels to me compared to the EPs. Oh, it's always the music first. To be completely honest with you, I don't enjoy writing lyrics as much as I enjoy writing the music. So I will always write the music first. I will hardly ever have in mind how do I need to place the lyrics on top of the music that I'm writing. So it's purely writing the music. If it makes sense to me, if it makes musical sense to me, then it's good enough. I would never move my music around to accommodate lyrics. I don't work in that way, for good or bad, and it's good. I feel it's good because I would even let the music, after it's down written, I'll let it speak to me, and then the lyrics will write themselves, if that makes sense. There are some challenges for sure that you need to endure, but there are ways to bypass them. I mean, in my case, I'm lucky enough to be playing for another band, playing the bass for Daggr, a thrash metal band. So the things that one cannot have as a one-man project, and that is being able to share your music and play your music live, and being able to be in a group of like-minded people to craft the music. I'm lucky enough to be able to scratch that urge of sharing the music and playing the music live through the other band, Daggr. So that gives me all the freedom and all the independence and all the time in the world to be able to sit down and take this one-man project at my own pace and do with it exactly what I want. So in this setting, yeah, the one-man projects work, and you eliminate almost all the challenges. I was not alone in this journey, so I'm very fortunate to have some fantastic musicians being part of this. So there was Dima Faustov in the clarinet, there was Hugo Ribeiro of Moonspell on the drums, there was Alex Michelson on the backing vocals, and there was of course Kyriakos Irododou of Los Atlantis Studios on the production and the mixing of the album. And honestly, it would have not been possible without any of these guys. So I'm truly humbled. I'm very thankful to have them on my album. Now, Dima and Hugo, I met the guys online. I reached out to them. They liked the idea. So they were a part, especially. I mean, in the case of Hugo, looking at the musician as a fan, and then having the same musician on your album is a fantastic feeling. It's a really beautiful feeling, and Hugo is a truly fantastic guy. So it's really amazing to have him rock the drums on the album, and I really look forward to work with Hugo again one day. Then with Alex, we have been good friends for a long time. And when I was thinking about some harsh vocals, there was no other choice other than Alex. He's truly amazing at what he does, a fantastic musician, and he's the man behind Daggr, the band I mentioned earlier that I play the bass for, and I was lucky enough to have Alex invite me to his brainchild, Daggr, and we're having a really nice journey there with the boys. I'm really enjoying the whole thing. So yeah, telling Alex to if he's happy to help me out with some of the harsh vocals was a no-brainer, really. So I'm very happy to have Alex on the behind the mic. And then Kyriakos. So Kyriakos is the man that he's behind the mixing console for almost all my work. So he's the man behind Of Gods and Ancestor. He's the man behind his Mnemic. He's the man behind Drunkard Chronicles, and he's the man also behind works with my previous band MethysOs. He's the man behind Jukai. So I've worked with Kyriakos on many projects, and his contribution is truly immense. He gets the music, and he's part of the process. He's really feels like it's his own music. It's hard to describe. So just to give an example, when I first finished my music and walked into the studio with Kyriakos, I had in mind something close to the kind of productions that I did before. So something grandeur, something with plenty of orchestrals and all that. And that was the direction I was really planning to follow, right? And then Kyriakos insisted that on this album, it rang to him that it should be a little bit more organic. So, you know, make a step back, focus on the basics, on the essentials. So, what it means to be a band, you know, guitar, bass, drums, vocals. Focus on those things. And maybe just maybe less is more, you know. So he insisted on a more organic album, and that's what we did. And I trusted the judgment of Kyriakos, and I'm very happy I did. So yeah, all of the guys I mentioned, their contribution was immense. So I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. So thank you very much. Well, never say never, I guess. It was never in my plans, honestly, to have music of Occult Kenji out there being played live. But this being said, my bandmates in Daggr are urging me, you know, if I'm up for it, let's do it. So it's in the back of my mind. Maybe I'll figure out something. I mean, I'd love to do that. I'd love to play some Occult Kenji music live. So I'll work it. I'll work it in my mind. I'll think about it, and with time there will be something. I'm pretty sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me on World of Metal. I really appreciate it.